megaphone before you other in the middle. That way we don't miss somebody out of our view if they're jumping up and down wanting to say something.
Don't worry, COVID isn't a thing in VR, so you can get close.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Hello,
It might take
Banter, and welcome to Control Alt Geek. I'm one of your hosts, Waffleman, and this is
Control Alt Geek. I'm
oh
Discord
yeah
Kitty.
yeah that one. Yes,
so you
those
took
two
me
things.
by surprise with that.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that would happen, and I wanted to see what would happen. It was great. It was great, all the way great. Guys, thank you very much for coming here and talking nerdy with us yet again. Even though we don't have everything set up as to our specifications as we will want down the road, we have a
Did we
freaking
lose our
waffle
special
stage,
guest?
so
No,
I'm
there's our
very
special guest.
freaking happy.
Yes.
I have a waffle stage.
For you to waffle on.
I love waffling on the waffle stage.
Meta
So-
Voice, you're a special guest. Get your butt up
Oh
on
yeah,
the
you got to get
waffle.
back up here. Get up on this waffle, guys. Just so you know.
I didn't want to interfere.
No,
Oh, you're good. Special guest for tonight talking with us because he is I want to say, pro when it comes to Fallout lore, is Meta Voice, good friend of mine from over in Horizon Worlds, also here in Banter, head of the Comco Theater. Y'all jump up and down for our special meta guest.
Woo-hoo.
Give some woohoos
Thank
and
you
some
for
waffles.
being here.
Don't break
It's a little
anything
harder
on
to
my
jump
behalf.
in here, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're actually jumping in
gravity?
real life. They didn't know you meant
Yes,
to jump.
exactly.
So, guys, I wanted to continue our chat from, well, was it last week or week before last? What is time?
Week before last. We're
That one.
bi-weekly. Yeah.
Yes, bi-weekly. Anyway, so yes, 2 weeks ago, we talked about the release of the show Fallout, the live action version. Oh my God, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen the whole thing. It was so good. It was so good. Let me see. Show of hands. Anybody who's seen all of the show that came out? Anybody seen the whole thing? No one's seen it yet?
Oh.
Guys! Oh my gosh! Okay, so
Well,
I told you
guess I
we'd
can't
have
be
to
spoiling
gauge
anything
the
tonight.
audience on spoilers for the show. So
Okay.
Yes,
he can
no
make all the
spoilers.
spoilers for the video games because the video games have been out for a while, and if you haven't played them, I'm sorry. So, but Divine, have you seen all of Fallout yet?
What?
The new show?
What? I just got here. I just got here.
Have you? Exactly. Everyone else has answered, but have you seen all of the show Fallout yet that came out on Amazon Prime?
No.
Okay, never mind then. All right, so yeah, well, no one else has seen all of it, but has anybody seen some of it? Like at least an episode?
Yes.
No.
We got
I'm still
Vault Tech guy.
Episode 1.
No.
No one else. Oh my goodness, who has played Fallout?
Yes.
Yes.
Me.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we have a couple people
Hey, Cal.
that have played Fallout. All right. So
in Banter.
Shout to
he was playing Fallout 4 in Banter.
I promise that this Fallout video will eventually play Fallout stuff.
This
He's still
Fallout
talking.
He's still
about
talking.
it right
Yeah.
now. He's still
All good.
talking, but it's okay.
By the way, guys, those of you who are new to the world, just mute that. We're
Yes,
just having it
please
on
mute
for
the
like
video.
ambiance in the
You-
background. It'll be playing the game in a little while, and
Hey,
that's
hey,
what we want is just
Waffle.
gameplay. Yeah. What up?
Does Fallout Shelter count?
So actually, believe it or not, Fallout Shelter is canon. Fallout 76 is not canon. So there's a little bit on that. Apparently, the Fallout Shelter world actually exists, which then they make babies within
Oh.
seconds. Who knew? It's a mass-producing
sounds about
factory
right.
of babies
Technology.
by Voltec.
That sounds about right.
Um,
But that's a good segue. Let's dive right into this, guys. Video games. We're talking video games today. Video games and conventions are our two main topics. The main one I'm wanting to talk about today is, of course, Fallout, because of the show Fallout, and I brought in an expert when it comes to Fallout lore. So let's go ahead and dive into Fallout. My favorite Fallout that I have played is definitely Fallout 4, and according to MetaVoice, I haven't gotten to it yet, but there's a whole bunch of new content that was just released. Is that what you were going on about, Zephy? Is that what you were playing just recently?
Yeah, it's an update for PC. So the best part about it is that it has good like widescreen support and ultra widescreen support and 60 frames per second, like solid, and then like the graphic update is like a little bit better, but with all the mods, it makes it look awesome. Like you have to put all the green overgrowth mods and the weapon mods, the new ones, you know, like the
So let me ask you
AK-47
this.
stuff. all that.
Let me ask you this: for
Oh,
a
dear
poor
God.
schmo like me who doesn't have a PC and I'm playing it on a PS4, am I still getting some
Yeah.
cool updates?
There's mods on PS4. It is not
Okay,
there's
cool.
not as many. The PC has like way more, but it does have like the
Right.
same things I was just talking about. Yeah.
Well, dude, like
I
speaking
will
of
say
like mods and stuff,
AK-47s
yeah.
are not lore to the Fallout world.
That's all.
But
That's the point.
I mean,
But okay, wait a
mods.
second. Okay, wait a second. I put like over 100 and something, like 200 hours into it with all the DLC because it has like 5 DLCs, I think
Mhm.
5 or 6, and then I beat it and finished it, like did everything in it. So like now I'm playing with all the like
No, no,
with all the
with all
extra
the
crap.
all the
fancy stuff.
mods
Yeah,
and
no,
yeah,
I
all the
completely
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
So I
I
played
mean,
Go through
I
it
take
once
my
and then,
Fallout
yeah.
4 now, and I
Vanilla,
76 it, which is basically, uploading mods to make the weaponry and the armor like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
76, adding, serums and stuff like that. Even though
Yeah, there's
76
a lot
is
of
not
quality
lore.
of life updates
Mhm.
too that are nice.
Yeah.
So.
You guys as PC players make me not like being alive. I want to be you so badly. Like, all right. Here's what
I
I
have it
want.
all
Here's
the
what I
Wish you
need.
could be me.
I need a VR headset with a PC that I can just play Skyrim and be like Fusroda, and it does it. It does it when I say the shout. I have to learn Dova to be able to do shouts.
I
I want
love it.
that. I need that. Anyway, getting a
And
little
Skyrim
offhanded.
VR, yeah.
Skyrim, yeah,
Skyrim,
I know that's a thing, but is it a mod where you can say the shouts? Is that a mod yet? Do you know?
Is it a mod or is it real now? Is it like came out
Is it real?
officially?
It came out
Anybody know?
officially. I hate my life.
Bethesda?
I need a
Bethesda, are you here?
PC. Anybody out there have an
Huh?
extra PC?
Like,
Just send it to Waffleman.
Howard. Like,
Anyway, so
CEO.
let's get into the lore. Meta Voice, where do you want to start with
I think you picked the
Fallout?
wrong video on the YouTube. That's where to
Okay.
start on the so for those that who's new to the Fallout world, jump up and down if you just
know
really don't know a
nothing
whole lot
about
about the
Fallout.
Fallout world.
We got
Okay,
one
cool.
person
That's
knows
pretty
nothing
fun.
about Fallout.
So, welcome to Fallout. Basically,
I
we're
like
gonna start
nuclear
somewhere
war.
where a lot of there you go, where a lot of people don't normally start, and that's the beginning, the year and the date just before the bombs fell. All right, so you got to think at this time, yes, there was war, but there was more than war during the Fallout before the bombs fell, because there was also a plague that was just rampaging the world, causing the infrastructure of civilization to crash underneath
Okay.
it. And that's actually why the power armor was constructed the way it was, because it wasn't to fend off radiation at first. That was after the bombs had fell. It was to fend off the plague through their filter system. And that's why they have the breathing masks. And why there was so many breathing masks, because it wasn't just because of the fallout, but because of the chemical warfare that was causing the plagues within civilization. So, during that time, Fallout itself was basically, it stopped its technology, like invention-wise, when it came to TV and radio and cars, and completely focused on, during like the 1960s, on fission and fusion, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion.
Like when I just started Fallout 4, it's talking like we have, fusion-powered cars, this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
But there's also war, and war never changes. I'm sorry, I had to say that. Continue.
No, that's fine. Now we're getting sued by Bethesda. No, so yeah, exactly. That's why the cars look like they do and everything, because energy was free, but gasoline, all resources were not. They were depleting. Can anyone guess out there what the price per gallon gas was? We're talking about kind of American dollars, because most of Fallout is set, of course, in America, and we can get into what happened in the rest of the Europe after its invasion.
Anybody want to
Who can
guess?
guess?
Raise your hand, jump up and down, do
35
cocaine.
cents.
35 cents.
There was a resource war, my guy. You're thinking it's 30. If it was 35 cents now, I wouldn't care if there was a resource war. I'd be filling up every day and every
Divine
second.
has an answer there.
Who?
Divine.
They weren't using gas.
And the Red Wings.
But they weren't
Red Wings. Sorry, there's someone in front of it. Hi there. Welcome to the show, Baron.
Just take a seat over there. Divine.
Divine?
You're ready.
$2.50. I don't know.
Good guess. It's closer than the first guess. The answer is $7,450.99 per gallon.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, and that was for the cheap one. The premium one was over $8,000. Yes, I want to keep calling you Echo, but I think it's something with like
fine.
plasma.
You're good. So, I mean, is money even worth anything in the Fallout world? Because at that point, it's bartering.
You mean bottle caps?
No. Bottle caps came later on. All right, there was actual dollars and money, and yes, it was worth something, but basically the same amount as like some third world countries. Their money's like 10,000 of their money is worth $1. It was just inflation was terrible, but it was mostly with the barter system and resources. Corporations were taking over the government completely. The government was basically bought and sold like stocks at that time, and that's why some will see when they dive into it is why the corporations were sitting at the wartime table and discussing, okay, what is it we're going to do next, instead of now there was a government. There was they were experimenting on humans, but there was a government. They were just kind of bought out, so with the resource war happening, they had to kind of figure out, well, what do they do next? Because of inflation was so bad, these corporations needed to make more money to be sustainable, but people didn't have the money to fight against it. At the same time, they were going through robot wars before the nuclear bomb hit, and that's why you have all these robots all over Fallout, Robo-Brains and Mr. Handies and Mr. Gutsies and all these others. Was because what?
Snip, snip.
Oh, Snip, Snip. Yeah, those are the TV shows. Snip, Snip. They were covering all of the trade jobs. So there was a robot war happening where all the trade workers were starting to rise up. This was all happening 2 months before the bombs ever fell. Everything was kind of getting into plan. So the United States Army commissioned General Atomics International to manufacture the Mr. Gutsy line of combat robots for the Great War during 2077 towards the beginning.
Those like walking like sheriff robots or with the glass.
Well, you mean like on New Vegas and stuff? Well, we're gonna get it. So during that time, Robert House puts himself in stasis. Now, Robert House was also the owner of Robco, which built all of the robots. Well, the good robots. And so the cowboy one that you see there in New Vegas was one of the sentries created by Robco through personal sentries of Mr. House that he put in charge of himself. That's true.
Fire Rat, can you run over and take a seat?
We love you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I was just hello.
At this time, many things are taking place. This is when technology starts going across the wasteland. So you ever wonder yourself, how is there so much of this technology and government secrets that are just spread out in all these random places for no reason? Well, during the moment of the collapse of the government, because our whole infrastructure just took a bleh, because we had civilians basically killing the government and the control of corporations enact, they just started selling secrets right out of the back offices of the Pentagon.
I mean, because that's totally different than how life is now.
Correct. And that's one of the great things about Fallout is it's supposed to mirror what our life could have been if the wrong things happened. So that's when a crate full of strange-looking suits also wound up over at Hoover Dam when you're talking about New Vegas, because we were being infiltrated. Now, in game lore, we were being infiltrated by the Chinese, because communism was very big in the game during that time, and so
in the show, that's like the main villain that they villainize, the communist, that, and the other. Sorry, continue.
In the show, I thought we weren't supposed to bring up the show.
We can talk a little bit about the show. We can't give big spoilers because that's the reason we're talking about Fallout in general.
Well, one thing in the Fallout that it'll see, and it kind of hints on, you'll see a hand, bit of an Easter egg, is super mutants. So you've seen super mutants in New Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and a lot of them. They actually originally started because the FEV, which was the forced evolution virus. Now, before the bombs had dropped,
Yep, I just put 2 and 2 together. Continue.
Okay, so before the bombs had dropped, like I said, the government was doing a lot of experiments, and they employed the use of vault tech to do these experiments in these things called vaults. But they were doing it outside of the vaults as well. So, like in the Capitol Wasteland, which was after the bombs, they were experimenting with FEV in what was it? I had it here. Researched newly constructed Mariposa military base. So despite the objections of the research team, all of the forced evolutionary virus, FEV, was sent to the Mariposa military base, where the overfill, when that place got hit by all the nukes, is when all of it seeped out across the Capitol Wasteland, and eventually after the bombs was picked up by the environment and spread across the world through rain. And now, forced evolutionary virus, what it was supposed to be our saving grace to the war. We were taking real soldiers and just dipping them. Now, you can't get this if you look into like any of the games or any of the show. You can't get it by injecting yourself or just breathing in through an inhaler or something like Jet. You have to literally be dipped full body in it, right?
Wow.
Well, during
So essentially,
the effects of
they were trying to do the super soldier, like Captain America type shit.
correct, it was the Fallout's way of the super soldier serum, which is something even the government worked on in reality back then, and so they mirrored that which way it could have gone. Now, the super soldiers, a lot of you probably know them from like Fallout 4, Fallout 3 or something. They're probably really dumb, slow, sluggish, carry big weaponry. But that was actually what the super soldiers eventually turned into. There's a lot of lore in Fallout. We haven't even hit to the bomb drops, though. But originally,
I was about to say, it's like the shit hasn't even started.
No, and we haven't hit the bomb drops. So they're doing this, and then the government finds out. So we're getting into the factions. This is the development of the Brotherhood of Steel, right? So the government finds out a certain someone. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Boop 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 boo. FEV. Research is leaked into the world through an unknown. So the FEV research is leaked in the world through an unknown source. Protests in major cities and governments around the world, as well as accusations that the U.S. war is responsible for the new plague. FEV is seen as a threat instead of an answer and solution to what's about to happen. So we kind of skip forward. There's a lot going through. There's the Atlas plan, being able to control the weather. So in New Vegas, you have Archimedes, the project, which it was in order to control the weather, which they did. They turned it winter in the middle of summer. And they proved that they could do that, but instead of using it to change the weather for supplies and stuff for agriculture, they chose to use it as a giant weaponry for war. They already had the answer to the resource and food dilemma, but because the military was so tied up into corporations, they decided that that war was more profitable than saving the human race.
There's no money in a cure.
Yep.
Now, one of the questions is who dropped the bombs, and we still don't know. Even with knowing what we know now, we still don't know who dropped the bombs.
Wow.
Now,
people think
Discord
it could
Kitty,
be
I
China.
need to know.
It could be.
Have you any of the Fallouts? Have you played any of them at all?
I played Fallout 3. I played a little bit of 4. I didn't touch New Vegas.
All right. See, I'm liking New Vegas. Oh, little hint for those.
Either.
You guys can ask me questions too, because I'll keep going if you don't.
Oh, no worries. Little tidbit for those of you who don't know: in Fallout 76, may he rest in peace. The guy who played Chandler in Friends. God, I can't remember.
No, Fallout New Vegas, not 76.
That's what I was saying. Oh, I said I keep confusing
you said 76.
the two.
Fallout New Vegas was played.
New Vegas.
Benny was played by Chandler.
Yes.
Benny.
Yes.
Chandler?
Benny. The guy who shot
Chandler, yeah.
Matt LeBlanc. Matt LeBlanc, the guy who played Chandler on Friends. Chandler?
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry?
Chandler? Oh my God.
Chandler?
Yeah.
Waffle?
Chandler Bing.
Anyways, he played
Chandler?
that awkward dude from Friends. And then
he shoots you in the head at the beginning of New Vegas.
That's a little.
He was a
sad to say
huge
how he just
fan
died
of.
recently, but okay.
Exactly. So it's like, that's why I said may he rest in peace earlier. Well, that's
Yeah,
still a
thank
pretty
you,
cool
Thank
thing.
you
You,
for that.
you
That's,
still get to hear
he's
his
really
voice.
important to me. Matthew Perry's a
Mhm.
very, very important person to me. So thank you. That was awesome.
Mhm.
You're welcome, man.
Rest
He
in
was a
peace.
great actor,
hmm
and like it was great to see him in the Fallout
This is
Fallout
all your
universe.
fault.
What is all my fault? What did I do?
We're off topic again.
It's
We're
all
on
my
a
fault.
waffle. You're
Okay.
talking to a waffle
Yes,
on a
we're
waffle. Do
waffling.
you think we're not
We're
going to
Wearing a
waffle
waffle.
on? Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna
So
smoke
yeah,
my
you
pot and wait for the next question.
So in my question is Fallout 1, the first Fallout.
Yeah.
Like year wise, what in the world? Is that a penis?
No. Well, no. The waffle doesn't have a penis. It has
Someone's
a toe.
head. So yes, it's a penis.
Penis. Anywho, Fallout 1. What
Just the
like
tip.
how long after the bombs is Fallout 1 based? Like when are all the Fallouts based linearly, or
Oh dear God.
like lore wise, are they all over the place, or are they one after the other, like hundreds of years apart? Who knows?
Kind of all over the place.
Mhm.
Fallout game lore order dates. So because I have the entire thing out in front of me, so I'm gonna
There's a
have to
wiki.
find you which ones they are
Fallout
of the
wiki.
media. Okay, so there we go. Well, it's kind of like wiki. So Fallout has its entirety a Fallout wiki that allows you a lot of information. So here we are. So the Great War takes place in 2077, where the bombs drop.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
Fallout, the first one, takes place in 2161. So 161 years after. Well, sorry, not 161 years. 60 plus like 30, take away 20. So you're looking about 80 years after the bomb drops is Fallout 1. With Fallout 1, you see, that's another weird thing because the whole resource war, we had the technology for the GEEK. The GEEK, it allows you to basically, it's the Garden Eden Creation Kit is what it stands for. And
Okay.
what that allows you to do is take a barren wasteland and turn it into a luscious rainforest full of resources and
This
food.
sounds a lot like, have you ever played Horizon
Zero
Forbidden
Dawn?
West, all those Horizon Zero Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
Very much like that. I don't know if you guys know about that. It's basically about like let everything die on the earth and we'll just regrow it. All right. So yeah, that was about the GEK.
So Fallout 1 is about the GEK, and
Mhm.
it's really sad, Fallout 1, what happens to that protagonist. Basically, he's cast out all of his friends because Fallout, the first game, is very difficult. Okay, you gotta think these games set today, Fallout 4 and whatnot, are made not for hardcore RPG players. It's made for more of those players that kind of want to partake so they can sell merchandise. Fallout, the first one, you were expected to die so often. The ending was you died, everyone died, everyone hates you. Thank you for saving us. Go away, please. And I'm not
And we have a
elaborating
giant
that.
fan base now after that.
Your dog dies, your friend dies, your girlfriend dies, your family dies, everyone dies except for the vault that you're trying to save. And then you find out the whole problem was your fault to begin with because you went back in time and destroyed the water chip for Fallout
Oh
2.
Jesus.
There's so each one is connected. So hold on,
What is this,
So
Macbeth?
Fallout 2. Okay, hold on.
Thank you. Whoever laughed at that
Fallout
joke.
1 is the water chip. Fallout 2 is the GEK. So Fallout 1, you have a water chip that is broken. Your vault sends you out to be able to find it, and you do, and everything's great, and they kick you out in the end. Fallout 2, you find out, you go back in time, and you break the water chip that starts the events for Fallout 1. Not only that,
Oh
you
wait, so
turned everyone in the vault in
1 and
Fallout 1 into
2,
ghouls.
it's the same protagonist.
No, not at all. No, Fallout 1, that protagonist was left alone to die somewhere. But when
Right.
he left, he started his own little village out in the mountains. So if you in New Vegas, you have the DLC without in the cannons and stuff like that. When you go through the mountain pass and you have the tribal people, those people are the descendants from the descendants of Fallout 1. So Fallout 2, you're in the middle of basically a camp, and you have to find the GAC in order to save your people because there's no resources. Go figure.
My
And you have
God,
a certain amount of time in order to do that. Now, the protagonist in
Right?
Fallout 2, even though he is a lineage of the Fallout 1, it's still very difficult for him. Not everyone dies for him because you get a little bit better in Fallout 2. But basically, what he has to do in Fallout 2, if I remember correctly, is he fights the master in either in 1 or 2. I think 1 he fights the
master?
master. And 2 I think he fights the Enclave. 2 takes place in 2241. So that takes place a whole 80 years exactly after the first one.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And we're barely scratching the surface of this lore.
Very much so. So like I said, remember the super mutants and the FEV virus? So you're looking more into that with Fallout 1 and 2. Is that the super mutants have their own vault, right? And it is mostly because they were a special vault was experimented on to turn the inhabitants into super mutants, and they did, and they were vastly intelligent super mutants. You wouldn't even think those two words would be together, but it did.
No, I remember meeting one intelligent super mutant at the end of Fallout. It is Fallout 4 that I remember meeting that guy. Okay, all right.
Okay, so there's 2. So there's one in Fallout 4, and then you do meet one out in Fallout New Vegas in, I believe, Jamestown, where all of the Nightkin and all of the Nightkin and the super mutants come together up in the mountains somewhere. I think it's Jamestown, and they try to find out how to cure the Nightkins of their disease. And in there, you will see one of the Nightkin are very intelligent. And then if in New Vegas, when you're going up Black Mountain up to the radio towers, right, to save Miguel or whatever his name is from the companion, there's a super mutant that stops you. Now, he is from representatives of the super mutant tribe that is left over from the residual vault that actually has some of his intelligence left and is able to communicate to you in a good way. The one in Fallout 4 is a new super mutant that was developed. The serum was developed by the Institute because they were trying to perfect it. So it was a very different FEV serum. You got to think. So after, remember earlier I said all the FEV virus was put into one place. Well, created by the government, but it was put in Mariposa. It was all shipped to Mariposa. So because of that, it was all used. The whole purpose for the superhuman virus is they need to make more superhumans, and that is their whole purpose. So the reason, and it's very sad, the reason that the super mutants are scouring the wasteland, going to vault to vault to vault, and trying to go in, they just want to make more of them. They're trying to make sure that their kind don't die. Well, they can't. They have no genitals.
Then how did...
Whoa.
We are streaming to YouTube. Just a reminder.
Well, you can say that word. You just can't say the other
on YouTube.
But so they are unable to reproduce. And so they need the FEV virus to continue the super mutant gene to keep going because they believe, you remember, in the mind, the super mutant originally was the best human created, was the best superhuman ever created. They were both intelligent and they were strong. But over time, because they were taking... how was it? They taking the super mutants that were defective, and they were making more super mutants over time. It started to get to the point that they were degrading the value. It's kind of like, you remember in the vault with all the Garys. I don't know if you remember that. It's I think it's either New Vegas or Fallout 3 with all the Garys. You go in there and it's this man with a cloning machine, and these scientists, they were doing these cloning activities, and the man got a hold of it, and his clones got a hold of it. Before you know, the clones started making clones of the clones of the clones of the clones. Before you know it, they were just like, Gary, and was just attacking everything in sight. That was what happened to the super mutants.
Anybody watch Rick and Morty? Remember the episode with the clones making clones, making robots?
Correct.
Anywho,
and that's exactly what happened. So super mutants are only trying to continue to exist. And in their mind, the only thing they got left is that they know FEV came from a vault.
Yep.
And so they're going to vaults
go to vaults so we can make more.
the person that
that's all they
created
got in
them,
their
the
head.
master, right, it died in, I believe it was Fallout 1 or Fallout 2. They took out the master. The master was in control of the super mutants. After the master was taken out, the super mutants no longer had a leader, and so they just wandered out, knowing their only mission was to continue surviving.
Was to repopulate. Crazy.
So every time you kill a super mutant, just think they weren't trying to
Oh,
hurt you. They were
the
just trying
monster.
to survive.
The
Yeah. So how many
monster.
super mutants have you
Oh,
killed?
God. All right. At
So
this
that's
time-
Fallout 1 and 2.
Perfect. The perfect stopping point for just a second. We are about halfway through the show. My goodness, that's Fallout 1 and 2. And we still have New Vegas, and then we have 3, and we have 4,
And that's
and we
not
have
even the
76, and we have the
details of the
show.
people involved.
Oh my God, there is so much here. Why don't they have like graphic novels? I
They
would
do.
read that.
So
do?
they have Fallout
Mhm.
graphic novels that you can actually read and look at, and it's actually vault stories of vaults you've never even heard of because they're not in the
Shihan
game.
Cash App, so something number send to this so I can go buy graphic. That's fucking cool. But real
Yeah.
quick, I just want to go ahead and break up the show a little bit. Does anyone in the audience, do you have any questions, concerns, comments, topics, confessions? I'm not a priest about this
Oh,
topic
your
that we're
lovely
talking about
wife
for
does.
Fallout.
Hang on. Let's. You
all right,
got the megaphoning echo. Thank you.
Yeah, whoever has the megaphone, either megaphone them where they are, bring them up here, whatever's
I'll
clever.
try my best to answer the question, or I'll look it up to
She's
find
good.
out.
I really just want to know what's like your favorite alliance in the game. Fallout
Mm.
Which game?
Specifically 4, because that's mainly the one I'm familiar with, and I know that's
So
the one
what
you
we
like.
got the Minutemen, we
that's fine.
got the Institute, we got the Brotherhood of Steel,
Hey,
we
brother,
got the
it's a-
Railroad.
And now, newly, you have the Enclave, technically.
Enclave.
But the Enclave, by the time of Fallout 4, has been basically completely wiped out of the face of the earth, except for a few remnants that still believe in the cause, after the president was assassinated and everything. He might still be alive as a head in a jar. We don't know yet. Anyways, Fallout 4... Fallout 4... normally, I guess I can curse a little bit on here, right? Well,
Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
I'll just say it like,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
the Brotherhood are dicks. Okay, and I don't normally go with. So in Fallout 3, you would have to go with the Brotherhood because you have to learn how to use power armor. Without power armor classes, you can't use power armor. In Fallout 4, that's technically true, I guess. But you don't really need the training.
You only do
You
like
can get
1
your
or 2
own
missions with
power.
them, and then you get your own power armor.
But you don't
And
even
then you
need
never
power
mess with
armor
them
because
again.
you have combat armor, and even though you can't get it high up, you still have legendary effects in Fallout 4 that kind of help balance that out because Fallout 4 is a wimp's game. I mean, it's a perfectly balanced game with no exploits. So I would have to, and I'm not even doing that. Look, the Minuteman could have been better. For those out there that didn't know, there is a mod in Fallout 4 called Sims Settlement 2, if you haven't heard of it. And it's basically the rehaul of the entire settlement system and Minuteman type of. It wasn't even. They basically said, "Fuck Minuteman, we're going with a whole different faction." So that one was better. The Railroad wasn't too bad. It happened to be one of my favorite companions from the Railroad. What's his Dean? I think his name's Dean. Something which actually, weird enough, little lamppost, little lamppost, I think it is, from Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3. Oh, there's a lot of people coming in. So New Vegas, I think. So do you remember that cave area ran by all the kids? So there's a vault ran by a bunch of kids, I believe, in Fallout 3.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you turn 18, they send you to a little village. There is a kid that runs it. That kid grows up.
I didn't know it called for thunder today. Continue.
That kid, McCurdy, I think McCurdy. Anyways, he grows up to be one of your companions in Fallout 4. McCready, thank you, McCready. He grows up to be your companion in Fallout. Oh, sorry, that way. Fallout 4. He was the kid in Fallout 3. It's 3. It's not. Yeah, it's got to be 3.
Right.
Yeah. That's funny.
cool.
So, anyways, factions. So, Brotherhood, Railroads. I hate them all in Fallout 4, honestly, because my favorite is the Enclave, just because even though they're cruel, they're logical.
Wouldn't you say
I guess
the Institute? Yeah, that's
Well,
where I'm at.
so, but the thing is, I'm pro
But your
synth, my
son
guy.
runs
I'm
the
pro
Institute.
synth.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah,
You
I'm pro
pro-synth?
synth. I'm pro
Yeah.
synth. You know, I
fucking
don't have
robots,
any
man.
problem
Who
saying
cares?
that.
The Enclave is the ex-government, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Enclave is the remnants of the government
Yeah.
because there's two ex-governments, basically, right? The military and then the administrative staff, which
So
is
like the military was
Enclave.
like the Brotherhood of Steel, and then the
They
administrator
branched
was
off,
the
yeah.
Enclave.
Mhm.
What about in the show? Not really a spoiler, by the way. There's something called the government, MINT, that you see briefly. Does that have anything to do with any of these other guys?
That has to do with the show's lore going in the future, because you got the Fallout
Okay.
Fallout show is taking place
breaking
way
new
after
ground.
any of them.
Yeah.
So the government is technically new.
Okay.
Now
Alright,
there
that's
are
nice.
other factions within the government that branch off, such as Big Mountain, which it blows up, and you get the DLC in Fallout New Vegas with those floating brains in a jar in the middle of the crater, right?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So they're responsible for just about every weird creature you could think of and weird experiment that was designed for every vault. That was crazy.
Speaking of which, that's a good segue into a question I had for.
And
if
wait a
you've
sec,
seen the
Waffle
show.
Man. Just a minute. Just before, I just want to say we've got 22 minutes left. We started a few minutes late, so maybe a few more than that. But it is 5 o'clock in the morning for our streamer. So while we can continue after the event is over and talk about stuff, we are going to let him go in just over 20 minutes, I'll say. So if you wanted to cover anything else on the stream, we might want to segue into that and then come back to Fallout.
That's
But you can
exactly
go
what I
ahead
was
with your
getting
question. Okay, go ahead.
the Fallout question I had left my mind because I got
I so
distracted.
rudely
It's like, ooh,
interrupted,
shiny.
sorry.
No, that wasn't you. It's the 17 voices in my head, and one of them singing 2 songs. So I don't know. So then, yeah, we can just easily segue into our question of the day. Playing card games. Do you guys like them? Do you play
There's
them?
a Fallout
Which
card
ones?
game too.
There is a Fallout playing card game.
There's
All right,
a Fallout
anybody
playing
who
card
likes any
There's
kind of
2.
playing trading card game, jump up and down. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, please jump because we can't hear you.
Okay.
Cyrus first. Can you make
Yeah, go ahead, Cyrus.
please, Echo?
Megaphone Cyrus, please.
And then Zeffy after Cyrus.
Am I good?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
wait,
not
wait,
yet. Not
wait.
yet.
Hello?
Echo's working on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spellfire. Spellfire's
Spellfire. Okay, I haven't heard of this one. Spellfire. Is it like physical cards?
It is.
Okay. All right. So it's also a trading card game, or it's strictly just strategy.
It's based in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Spellfire.
I want to talk to you about that.
Yes, especially with what we were talking last time with tabletops. All right. So Spellfire. So it's essentially like D&D, the card game.
Lamplight.
Would you say?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, Spellfire. I'm gonna have
but
to look
also
that up. And
like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
What would you compare it to, like card game wise, like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, like?
I would say it's in its own category.
It's kind of something completely new.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's old. It's like older. It's very old.
Okay,
Spellfire is.
but it would have like what D&D characters, like bards and mimics and this, that, and the other.
Well, it has the Beholder and everything. It's like all the monsters from the D&D universe and everything else.
Oh my
It's
God,
kind of
I'm
like
in love already.
like Yu-Gi-Oh in a way, or Magic.
Okay, and what's
I would-
called
I
again?
would compare it to.
Spellfire.
Yeah, Spellfire.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
Nice.
all right, that's awesome.
Okay,
Awesome. I'm gonna have to
Zeffy.
look that up. Yeah, Zeffy, card game. What you got for us?
I mean, you probably could guess. Some people could probably guess.
Magic
how
the
many?
I'm
Gathering.
gonna say Magic the Gathering.
Well, okay,
Pokemon.
yes, that is one of them, but that's not the
Weed
obvious one.
the
I did play a
Gathering.
lot of Magic the Gathering.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
See, yeah, I have so many Pokemon cards in my room.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. They're like they fall out
That's
of like
awesome.
things.
Oh,
I
dude.
take something, I grab something, and there's just Pokemon cards falling out of them.
All
Like,
my
yeah,
Pokemon cards are
like,
in storage.
It's like confetti
so
or
mad.
something.
Aw.
Confetti in my room.
I'm
But
getting
anyway,
a Pokemon tattoo soon.
the best
so,
thing about it is I literally, when I was a kid, got an actual shiny Charizard, and I sold it because I was that dumb. Yeah.
Aw.
My dude.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Two
had
things.
an
Two
actual
things.
shiny Charizard.
One. Do you remember Burger King selling those gold-plated Pokemon cards in the Pokeballs
That are
back in the
worth
day?
nothing.
I think so. I didn't get one, but yes,
They're
I think
worth
I
nothing today.
have
at
them
all.
Maybe.
all.
I,
Yeah,
have
yeah. I
all
bet you have all the
nothing.
Beanie Babies too.
No,
I did
have
go
no
to
dude.
try to get
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of promotions. Whenever there was
Oh.
promotions,
Yeah.
like with the
Like
movie,
the
I got the
surfing
movie
Pikachu and
the
stuff.
movie Mew.
The
Mew's one of
movie
my
Mew.
favorite
Oh,
Pokemon.
that thing was
Yeah,
so
from
cool.
the first movie. Yeah, you only get it there. I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
super
have
stoked to
that.
have that one.
But
Yeah.
here's another cool tidbit about
Movie Mew.
Pokemon. Do you remember the Pokemon Trading Card League?
Yes.
Well, like when they
I
like
wasn't part
competed?
of it, but I was aware.
Like no, like they had it with like Toys R Us and Books a Million. Like every
Mhm.
Saturday you could go and they would have the
Yep.
Pokemon Trading Card League. Like I
Oh,
went to the one
I
in
didn't go.
Lafayette,
I didn't do that,
Louisiana.
no. But
Yeah, I went every Saturday. I became a gym leader at 8 years old. You had to beat
Oh
me
my
to get one
God.
of the badges. I have all of the
I'm
badges
pretty
still
shy.
in my thing.
So.
It's like all of these like metal, they're like metal pin badges. They're so cool. And I have all of them except the last one because they decided to shut down the Pokemon Trading Card League
Aw.
because the guy was gone and people ran amok one day and they shut it down and replaced it with
Aw.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And for
Can
a
I
good
ask what your
while,
favorite Pokemon is? Can I ask what your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, Dragonite. Without question.
Oh
Get
my
yourself
God,
a
you know,
Dragonite. So,
you know what? This is insane. Mine's Dragonair.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
okay. Yeah,
I'm
we're
the
friends.
evolution
You and
under
me.
you.
We're friends.
You
See, my wife
evolved.
knows
I
like
evolved.
I'm a
nothing about
Darkrai.
Pokemon.
I evolved
so
into you. That's exactly what happens.
I'm just standing here thinking those
You're
are
alive!
wonderful balls. Those
No,
balls
wow.
are terrific.
Now I know Meta Voice. You like Magic
But
the
that is a
Gathering.
common answer, Dragon.
I do. I've got thousands of Magic the
Okay.
Gathering cards.
Can I also
See,
answer
that was
this
me
question?
with Pokemon. Yes.
By the way,
yeah, I was going to
So,
get to you too. What do
Can
you
I
play?
am flying type?
Just
I
like
Not just
am.
pure dragon. Okay.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
am-
I'm sorry, Seppi.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Let her
There's a
talk.
reason why.
So, I am old enough that I purchased beta version Magic the Gathering cards. We would buy the starter decks. We would go and buy the entire box of the little
Mhm.
smaller packs. Like we would go and spend $200 and buy the box of, I can't even remember what they were called, but the little packs where you'd get like 10 cards or something in.
Booster
I was
packs.
in it. Booster packs, that's it. Yes. So we would
Mhm.
buy the entire box. We would go to the city and go to this one gaming store and buy that kind of stuff. I had like 3 Black Lotuses, okay? Those things are worth money. So my sperm donor and I split up, and I thought I had all these magic cards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they were boxed up. And then one day I'm like, hey, maybe I should sell some of these. And I went and opened my boxes, and you know what was in there? Fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation goddamn card game. That Amber took my freaking magic cards.
Oh,
Oh, I was
my
so
soul
mad.
hurts.
I know.
Can I get an audience go? Oh.
But we would have
like
competitions like all the time, and he would he would always come in first. I would always come in second. But I loved the hell out of that game. That was like in the 90s. I was like a teen mom back then, so like I played it for many years. I haven't played it in years, but yeah, we played the shit out of that.
I gotta get back into card games. I mean, the card game I'm playing right now, all of you can play for free too. By the way, it's in VR. It's called Cards and Tankards. It's pretty freaking cool. It's fun. It's like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, except, your little monsters come to life and you can see them. And Tucky said, I have a little pet dragon that this guy gave me money to buy. And it's the blue eyes white dragon just follows me around. It's very cute. So
And I know
it's a
Cyrus
free game,
Cyrus
Cards
is
and Tankards.
jumping enthusiastically. I know
Oh, because you play the game?
Hang on. Okay, he is making fun. Go ahead, Cyrus. Echo head ya.
No, but I do have a question for the people up on stage.
Yes.
Oh, that's us.
Yeah, that's you guys. What is your favorite first generation 3-stage evolution Pokemon?
Charmander.
Charmander. I'm a Ghastly person. Ghastly Haunter Gengar.
Oh, I like
I
it.
like the. I thought you were talking about like the original starters.
No,
If
no,
we're
no.
talking
I'm
about.
all
I'm gonna have to
151.
go.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to go with
Oh, okay.
Jigglypuff. I think Jigglypuff has 3, right?
Oh, Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Jiggly
Fine.
Wiggly
Nice.
and
Nice.
Iggly.
Yep. Jigglypuff's my favorite.
Jiggly,
And
Iggly,
everyone,
Wiggly.
it deserves to be drawn on their face for falling asleep to that beautiful voice.
But my favorite
Yes.
pseudo legendary is Darkrai.
Darkrai. It's
Darkrai.
nice. You see, after the original 150, I lose track.
Yeah, but everybody knows who Darkrai is. He had his own movie.
Yeah.
Mine,
No,
okay.
it's like I know of him, but like I don't remember seeing the movie.
So you have to help
but
me out with
I know
this
of him. Yeah, what up?
because I can't. It's been too long. I can't remember the name. But when
Mhm.
X and Y came out, there was the 2 different versions. Okay, and I can't remember if it was X or Y. But my favorite one was the one where it looked like the one from Princess Mononoke on the cover. Does that?
Oh.
Which one was that? 'Cause that was
Entei.
my.
Entei, the
Okay.
legendary dog.
It was on the. No, I think it looked near. Hang on. You know
I'm
what?
talking about
Hold
the
on one sec.
lion?
I'm just gonna
The
Google
lion
it.
guy?
Yeah, that's Entei.
Give me one. So it was.
Are you talking about the
Okay,
rainbow
it was
deer?
Pokemon X. Pokemon X. The
Pokemon
one on the cover of
X.
Pokemon X.
Oh, Xerneas.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Zeffy knows. Hang on.
What is it?
Like it's Xerneas. Yeah, it has like it's a rainbow and has big horns, like big.
Yes,
Rainbow
yes,
deer?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the
Yeah.
god of
Rainbow deer.
Pokemon?
Is it?
It's
No,
a
that's
legendary.
Arceus.
It's
A
the
legendary.
legendary.
Okay, I love that
Arceus.
one.
That's what I
love
thought
that
it was.
one. Yeah, it
That's a
says
different one.
Xerneas. Yeah, I googled it.
Yeah, you're
That's
talking
what
about
it is.
Xerneas, the rainbow deer.
Yeah. Yes.
Rainbow deer.
I love that one.
The rainbow deer. Yeah.
So,
All right. Let's see. We
Ark,
are
you're
running low on
so
time. We got 10
late.
seconds left. Oh,
No,
hey,
we got
Ark.
10 seconds. We've got
10 seconds. 10 minutes.
We'll call
Whoops.
it 13 minutes so that we can let
Yeah.
our streamer overlord go
Right.
and faceplant into a pillow. But
Well,
yeah, and we can
the
continue
la-
on after.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we
I
can
have to
always
go.
talk nerdy.
Battery's low.
Oh, battery's low.
Well, we'll
Sorry,
miss you. Much
Cyrus.
love. Remember, don't die.
Battery's
It's bad for your health.
low,
You need to
low.
plug in. Damn it.
Oh yes, stay plugged in.
I have been plugged in.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I
weird.
hopped on for this
Then what
event
you
and
need
it's
to
still
do is
dying.
find someone and take
We're
their
glad
quest.
you were here, Cyrus.
Do you have any questions about
always
Fallout
enjoy you.
before you go?
Yes.
Anyone have any questions for the Fallout Master here?
well, yeah, you didn't.
Great.
Oh.
DLC. You didn't mention.
What?
Sorry,
What?
You know what? We need to
DLC.
keep Zeffy on megaphone because he's so
Zeffy,
quiet anyway. Go ahead, Zeffy. Say that again.
What did you play any of the DLCs? Because actually, some of it is
All of
actually
them,
even
why?
better than well, because like my favorite is between Point Lookout and the Pit and Far Harbor. Either one of those three.
So you'd be correct in all of the above. And the reason being is that the Pit, lore
that was
wise,
trippy, like,
quest wise,
yeah.
that one's crazy. Point
It's
Lookout would
just,
be
it's so
the best.
it's so dystopian that place.
When you go into Point Lookout, for those that don't know, there's a whole
That's
game
scary.
beyond the game that's going on.
Yeah.
There is all these major players are all playing a game, and the game is going for hundreds of years. And you find out different people that are playing this game. And then you go, who else is playing this game?
Oh, speaking of
It
which,
is
I
crazy.
lose. I just
Oh,
lost
you
the
lost
game.
the game.
Yeah, I
You
just
lost
lost
the
the
game.
game.
I lose
Yeah.
the game every day
Yes.
Yeah.
because I tell people about it. But
Yeah,
yes,
you all
the Point Lookout would be the Far Harbor.
It's kind of like Point Lookout a little bit.
What would
It's
you say is
kind
your
of like
favorite
it, but it's almost like it
Island
wants
setting.
to be. It wants to be, but the whole synth quest is very drawn out, a little dry,
I
and I
like
really
that stuff.
didn't like.
That's very science fiction stuff. It was cool.
No,
It
that's
was-
great.
Mhm.
It's just when you were going through and having to decipher his brain banks, memory storage banks. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that
The mini
sucked.
game was a
I
little
know.
weird.
Oh.
That's true. They
Yeah.
could just take that out and then it'd be fine. But
Correct.
Yeah.
It would have been fine that way. And if they would have explored more with the Children of Adam, I wanted to see more with the Children of Adam. with
Oh
that.
my God, yes.
Yeah, that's another
Right.
faction
Yeah.
that I forgot about.
Mhm.
That's true. I forgot about
Correct.
that one.
Blow up Megaton. Anyway, what is your what would you say is your favorite Fallout?
I'm gonna say 3. Judge me.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's
Oh, yeah,
3.
you
With
too,
the
that's
and
with
awesome.
all the
honestly
DLC
is-
and patches and everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wish
Everything
though
working
that
well.
they would fix it on Steam because if you try to play Fallout 3 on Steam right
Yeah.
off without doing anything, it doesn't work.
With Windows 10, yeah,
Oh.
anything like you have to get it on Windows 11 for it to work almost.
Yeah, I don't have that type of.
I have a
computer. But it doesn't
MacBook.
work for majority of people. You're not going to be able to run it on a MacBook.
My MacBook's worse than a potato, I've heard.
I'm
Yes,
wondering
Echo.
my Oculus will be able to run it though.
Maybe
Mhm.
Game Pass, dude. Mine does.
Yeah.
Yes, Echo. I mean, Are you saying things?
I do that too. Hey, making up words.
I don't think
Oh,
he's
I'm
speaking.
sorry. I'm sorry. Can you do it virtually yet or no?
There's
Oh,
some
Play
Fallout?
Fallout 4 virtually, yes.
You
Yeah,
can? You can
but-
play
oh.
Fallout VR?
Yes.
Like on your
Yes.
headset?
I don't think
No, you
everybody
probably
One
need a
problem,
PC.
you
Probably
have
need
to
a
have a
PC.
PC and have it linked.
Yep.
But you
yep,
can
'cause
play
boys
it.
I
my
would literally
poor-
be playing that if it was
Always
if I
a
didn't
catch.
read. something.
Right? Oh, like me
Oh,
and Lauren
you
keep
would-
talking about how we want to play
Well,
like Fallout
Someone
and
tell
stuff.
me if it's
together.
good because I've read it.
Aw.
It's like a little sketchy, so because the game
they added
anyway.
physics into the game.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
like
the
that.
physics engine is so messed up in that game that if you change frame rates, it messes up the physics. So things that are
Oh, God.
you know,
Yeah.
so that's why the VR stuff gets a little off because you want it like 90 frames, 72. But
Right.
But Fallout 3 just has so much in it that it's just worth it. In the Brotherhood within Fallout 3 is the best Brotherhood.
I'm just seeing
They
Fallout VR
actually take you
Metacritic
in and
right now.
teach you.
I'm
you saying?
definitely doing Fallout 4 right now. Go ahead.
I'm seeing the Fallout 4 Metacritic. It's got a 78 and a 51 for user.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Mm.
Huh.
So
I
maybe
mean,
it got
that's the
better,
one I'm
or
playing
maybe
right
it
now
got worse.
because of the updates
5.1
that you told me.
user.
What?
I
Like-
just it glitched out and everything, and I heard when I heard no one talking, and then I started talking, and then everything started talking at once. Anyway,
Oh.
I was saying I'm personally playing Fallout 4 because of the updates that you told me recently. I'm also playing
Yes,
76 on the Game Pass. Not
and if I
76,
may,
Vegas.
2 things before we go. For those that have it, one person behind
We
us,
have 10 minutes.
his name is Many a True Nerd on YouTube. He covers many different games, but he is the only person that I watch when it comes to Fallout. Because one, he makes it interesting. 2, he's very informative. It's just he's the best. 3, if you haven't tried Outer Worlds, do it. Outer Worlds was created by Obsidian, which created New Vegas.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And so Outer Worlds is the only problem anyone ever said about Outer Worlds was it just wasn't long enough. But they have a bunch of DLC for it as well. It is
It's on the Game Pass, I
beautiful
think.
in
I've
the
seen
way
it.
it's kind of like the old way of how the RPG used to be in like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, where the skills actually mattered. And the companions in there are beautiful, and the world is just set like as if Fallout was in outer space. It's so close to it, you could almost think it was part of the same universe. Because corporations have taken over outer space the same way as corporations took over Fallout. So definitely try out Outer Worlds.
And I want to ask, can we maybe get Ark megaphoned before the stream ends? I'm interested in anything that Ark has to input regarding Fallout at all, or even favorite Pokemon. He was a little late to the party, but he's like a ride or die nerd, so I'd love to hear from him.
And we all know he loves Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I have a
favorite.
confession, and I'm a sinner. I've
ever
actually
played
never
Fallout?
played Fallout. I haven't even finished Skyrim yet.
Can I kick him?
Skyrim.
Metamoist is gonna come
Hold
and
on.
slap
Can I
you.
kick
I can. I can flip and kick him.
You can.
I'm not going to kick him because I love my banter community, but I want to let you know that if it wasn't for that,
shit, how
you'd
are
be
you
dead to me.
grabbing
Yeah,
me?
I'm taking you for a dance, baby.
I'm a sinner.
So Art, fix your life. Go and play some Fallout.
Yes, fix
Watch
your
the
life.
Fallout
My
show,
wife
What the
guys.
plays
hell?
Fallout Mobile, but I never got.
Why isn't your
No.
wife here?
Dude,
Get out of here and get your wife in here.
Just
What
play
is
it.
wrong with you, man?
Just watch some Mini a True Nerd on YouTube.
Yeah,
Watch his
That's who
Fallout.
this is playing right now.
Did you
And
say your
you'll be
wife was in
just
labor?
fine. He'll take care of you. He's
Oh,
British.
No,
He's
she's
British.
not in labor.
Oh.
If she's in labor, she's got
So-
some splaining to do.
Lucy.
Why are you here?
All right, so-
Right.
guys, Lucy, okay, main character in the Fallout TV series. So this
Mhm.
episode basically just became all about Fallout, which is fine because I didn't
Yes.
realize how much lore
Wow.
there is. There
We
is
didn't
Make
get
so
into the
much.
rest of them, but yes.
Metamoist is
There
like
is,
a
yeah.
fucking super fan. This is amazing. You're like
Exactly.
I am a
walking
super
you
fan of
see why I
Fallout.
brought him
encyclopedia
on.
of Fallout.
Every single
like-
day I watch
my
and intake
God.
something Fallout. Every single day.
That's
I'm not kidding.
amazing. Yeah.
Not
He's
kidding.
just
I
he's getting
love
ready
it.
for when it happens to us in real life.
Right.
So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
is-
be in
I'll
your
be ready.
vault. I'm gonna be in your vault.
ready.
That's just
Oh,
yeah.
well, no, we're not going to vaults. All
Oh?
right, don't worry about that.
Vault-
We'll
vault
go
text
to
the
a
devil.
well-hidden establishment inside the middle of a mountain that
Oh,
isn't
okay,
an
okay.
underground science laboratory. That's gonna blow
Okay.
up on us.
And,
Yeah,
and,
because
and
the
we're
vaults,
also not going
all
to be
of them are bad.
experimented on.
Even the vaults. I'll
We'll
say
supply
this
dog
because
meat.
even the show, even the vaults the vault tech people are in are experiment vaults.
Mm-hmm.
There
you
is
know,
no
yep,
such
yep.
thing as a safe
Mhm.
vault. All right, so always remember that.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Waffle Cat? Something about dog meat?
We'll supply dog meat.
Oh Jesus Christ.
What?
No,
We'll
no,
supply
that's the name of a dog. His name is Dog Meat in the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
what are you
okay.
In other
supplying
words,
them with?
we're
supplying the dog.
bringing our dog. We're going to bring Goku.
Oh,
My
gotcha.
dog's
Well,
name is
that's
Goku. It's not Dog Meat.
yeah, no, that makes sense now. I was like, hold
Okay.
on, dog meat,
Meta
because if
has
you think
met our
about it,
dog. That's why I
they
mentioned it.
serve
have-
dog meat in lore, but so the iguana bit. By the way, the iguana bits are actually chunks of humans.
Jeez.
I forgot
Soylent
about that.
Green is people.
Yeah, man.
It is.
Right? Okay, listen. We've got 5 minutes before we need to
5
let our
minutes.
streamer go.
Yeah.
Do we want to get anything else from the audience, or do you guys want to waffle about Fallout?
Well, first, I just want to thank you all again for coming to Control Alt Geek
Mhm.
so much. Thank you very much for coming and talking
sure.
nerdy with
Yes.
us.
There's no confetti.
Please make sure to
I
we don't. That's
know,
why I'm
it's sad.
jumping. Make
Yes,
sure
no
that
confetti
you
is sad.
fix your life and play Fallout if you haven't. Definitely
Yes,
check
Art,
out the
what the
Fallout
hell?
show on Amazon Prime. Watch the whole thing.
Yes,
Yes.
watch it. It's
Amazing.
the
Yeah,
best.
Art, fix your life. It's really
Confirmed by
good.
me. I
I'm a
approve with the
fraud.
Fallout show.
next Control Alt Geek, I would like to talk because the second topic today was supposed to be about like conventions.
Yeah,
I think I'd like
we'll
to talk
move
a lot
that to the
about
next
conventions
one.
next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This
We'll
was
do that
your
next
fault.
time.
You
And
knew
I've
it was
got
gonna happen.
experience with that.
I kind of
Yes,
did,
you
but
know
is
what?
anyone like
I'm
you
not
walked away
surprised,
learning
yes.
something? Yeah,
Yes,
like
yes.
I wanted to hear
and
this.
honestly, I quite enjoyed it because even though I've played a lot of Fallout, like I played Fallout 3 and I've played some
Mhm.
4, but there was a lot of lore that MetaVoice talked about that I actually didn't know or realize. So it was educational as well. So that was awesome.
I'm glad.
Right.
We wait for part 2 coming to Banter near you.
You know,
Right.
yeah, we need to do this again. We need to have you back for another Fallout night sometime.
We should just have
Absolutely.
the
For sure, let me know.
have him on every time for just the Fallout segment. Just randomly, he's
Yeah.
like Fallout tip of the day.
You
this,"
understand,
and then
right?
he leaves.
Okay, I want you guys to understand. In front of me, I have over 500 years broken down on a timeline of
Oh,
Fallout
Jesus
lore.
Christ.
Okay,
Okay,
we
need to do,
only
like, a
got
2-hour
into talking the
special.
overview of 1, 2, and some of 3. So
Yes.
there's the Fallout board games, the 2 Fallout
I played the Fallout board game.
card games. There's
Mhm.
the unmentionable Fallout game. There's the
Mhm.
whole thing with the Fallout TV show. When people see that, bring me back on for that, and I'll talk all about what
Yes. Yes.
real insights and
Oh,
juicy
that'll be
bits of the
awesome.
Fallout TV show
Yes,
I
are.
really
love
want
that.
to talk about that.
Because here's the
For
thing, I'll
sure.
tell you this doesn't give anything away, but the three
Mm.
characters that are on it all represent different characters that we are. So you would think that Lucy is the protagonist, but
Ah.
honestly, it's the ghoul that bases the video game character because
Oh,
he's
wow.
overpowered and
Okay.
kills everything. So in the different traits that the ghoul
Okay.
has is based
Mhm.
off of how someone who would just go into the video game and how they would just play
Mhm.
it. So how he
Nice.
steals
Okay.
stuff,
That's
and then
amazing.
Takes all the
and then
drugs.
oh yeah, Lucy is the vault dweller with the special skills, and then you have Maximus, not
Mhm.
Maximus. Is it Maximus?
Yeah, it's Maximus.
With the Brotherhood of Steel,
Brotherhood.
who is basically your mid-level tier, and they have released the
Mhm.
special charts for each character. So if you want to play them in your Fallout games, you can now play as all of those characters and
That's
fit
awesome.
your chart the way you want. Lucy, Maximus, and
That's
Ghoul.
awesome.
Well, I
So-
know it's probably
Nice.
There you
time
go.
for us to let our
Yeah,
live
sorry.
streamer
Yes,
go,
we will
so
close
no
this
problem.
out, but we will continue nerd waffling here after we let our streamer go because he needs to log off and go to bed. So if you
Yeah.
want to stay after, you are more than welcome. We'll continue talking, but what? Sorry?
He don't like people
Somebody
telling
who
him to go to
sleeps?
bed.
Apparently not. Do you
No,
wanna
no,
just-
don't go to sleep.
Who's talking?
Echo, so rude.
Hmm.
Anyway, thank you all for coming. We will move some of
God?
what we plan
God?
to talk about tonight to the next episode. We appreciate you all. Meta Voice, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming
Yeah,
up here.
please give
and
it up for
sharing all
our
your
guest, Meta
lore.
Voice,
Yes.
today.
Meta
Thank you
Voice,
very much,
it's
man.
been an educational experience, and I look forward to having you again to talk about Fallout stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming here. And
course,
we'll
give it up for
continue to
Discord
nerd it
Kitty.
off. And Waffle Man, yeah.
Thank you.
And
We'll see you next
remember
time
to
on
tune
Control
in
Alt Geek.
every time.
Yeah,
And remember,
every
don't
other
die.
week.
It's bad for your
Screw
health.
it.
Thank you all. Much love. And you can cut the stream now, Zed.